You just got a match. You're hyped. You think you're looking for love, but you're actually entering a high-stakes auction. Most people think a first date costs $40. But after a forensic audit of your life, the math proves you're being scammed. I'm Mr. Biggles. Today, we're doing a financial autopsy on modern romance to find out where your bag is leaking. We aren't just talking about the bill, we're talking about shadow work, the unpaid labor required just to show up. The average date is $168. If you're Gen Z, it hits $194 because of the status tax you pay to look successful. Let's use the work scam formula. You think you make $31 per hour, but after taxes and work expenses, your real wage is $11 per hour. That $168 date isn't cash, it's 15 hours of sitting in traffic and dealing with passive-aggressive emails. If you have zero savings, every date is a risk premium. One car breakdown in your dating life is a catastrophe. Enter the ditto effect. You bought a new outfit for this date. Now that outfit demands a cooler bar and a $40 Uber. You're spending to maintain identity consistency, trying to look like a person who belongs at a $22 cocktail lounge. This is why 46% of young men will overdraft their account for a date. They're peacocking with money they don't have. It's the dating paradox. By going into debt to look rich, you become undateable because 10% of people won't date debtors. You're burning your future freedom for a stranger. You're Enron, high revenue on the surface, but zero margin underneath. Because you're exhausted from work, you pay the convenience tax. You order $45 DoorDash just to eat before the date. This is decompression spending. You're buying drinks to numb the pain of the job, you need to pay for the drinks. It's the boots theory. You keep paying for cheap dates that lead nowhere because you can't afford the capital for a real life. You didn't ghost your dating life. The cost of living ghosted you. You're just surviving the grind. Now let's talk about the trap. You think moving in together will save you money, but your fixed costs usually double. You buy the house two incomes afford, but you burn your backup plan, the second parent, just to keep the lights on. If one of you gets sick or laid off, the whole financial structure collapses because you have no flexibility. Two-income families are actually more likely to go bankrupt today than single-income families were in 1970. Why? Because your lifestyle expanded to consume both paychecks. You're slaves to your robe. You finance a $70,000 truck because you want to feel successful, but that $900 payment is wealth destruction with cup holders. You're working a second job to pay for the truck you used to get to the first job. That's automotive indentured servitude. The fix is loud budgeting. It's the confidence to say, I'm not buying that, because you value your margin more than their opinion. Transparency is a green flag. 50% of your peers think it's attractive when you're open about your walking away money. At $10,000, your brain moves from survival mode to growth mode. You stop sweating the small stuff like name brand cereal, but at $20,000, everything changes. You're no longer reacting to life, you're designing it. $20,000 is the crest of the hill. Gravity starts working for you because your money begins to make its own money. You walk into job interviews and dates differently when you don't need the outcome to survive. Don't be a slave to your robe. Be the master of your life. Audit the date. Keep your margin. If you want to know how $20,000 rewires your brain to spot these work scams, watch this next. See you there.